There we go. Okay. So, DeWitt, you want to say hi to your sister?
I do.
Okay. So, when you guys were growing up in Fayette, okay, you remember Fayette?
Yeah.
Okay.
You do better than mine.
So, what's one of your good memories about Fayette?
Oh, football on the Fayette High School football field.
Oh, sure.
Where your dad was the center on football. Yeah, your dad was the center on the Fayette High School football team.
Oh, Dave was my brother.
Oh,
Yes.
Dave.
Yeah.
Yes, he was.
That's right. He was a
Yes.
center.
Yes.
But it seems like sometimes they didn't put him in until the game was won sometimes. But somebody has to play that part too.
That's right.
Okay, good.
I'll bet you had a lot of pleasant memories about being in the Boy Scouts, though, DeWitt, right? In Fayette.
Yeah.
A lot of good experiences.
Yeah. You know, there's a 14-mile hike that's one of the things that requirements, and I felt somehow that the distance from Fayette to Oline was 14 miles, and so that made up the 14 miles in a hike.
So then you guys had to do that to
Yeah.
get a badge? I did not know that.
I didn't either.
So, what I'd heard about was all those trips that you and Granddad and the Scouts would take. What is it, to Tennessee and
Yes.
stuff like that? Do you remember any of that stuff? Like
The
with
place where George Washington Carver started a school for black people.
okay, because I remember like Bill Andrews was real big on that.
Probably, yes.
So yeah, okay.
And what was that other guy's name that was part of the troop? There were quite. I'm sure you remember a lot of the names that I only remember the name of, and I've got a block on it tonight. But he was one. He was kind of the middle brother. His older brother and then his younger brother were in the scout troop, and he worked towards the end of his life for the state of Iowa on some kind of preparedness program. And one time, Granddad caught a ride with him up to Fayette.
Yeah, I think I remember who you're talking about. I can't remember what his name is either.
I can't either.
Okay,
Yeah.
so when you went to Fayette, what do you remember about the high school?
I remembered that in the second grade, there was a pretty nice Peterson lady that was the leader of the class. Pretty good. That was quite interesting.
She was your teacher?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's nice.
So what made her interesting?
I remembered Peterson, the lady that of the second class.
Okay. Now you played instruments in the band?
Yeah.
Okay.
Second place.
What's that?
Second trumpet.
Second trumpet. Okay,
Yes.
very good. Okay.
Dewitt told me one time that he if he'd had his choice, he would have played baritone.
That's right.
But Grandmother Clinton thought it was better for him to play trumpet, so that's why Dewitt learned how to play the trumpet.
Really, I did not know that.
Well, I don't think a lot of people in our family knew that. Dewitt told me that.
Okay. Well, I'd say for a guy that wanted to play baritone, you did a pretty good job on trumpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But at least I think that's what Sarah likes about playing euphonium. I think she likes that whole valve thing.
Oh, yeah.
So
It's a good range, too. It's not too high and it's not too low.
yeah, well, and John played tuba, so
I played tuba, so I played low. The last year during marching band, though, I played baritone horn because they needed one, which was
Very good.
almost too high for me. I
Very good.
just barely got it.
very good. Okay. Let's see what other. I was trying to think what other questions I asked Mom when I taped her. What kind of games did you like to play? Did you just like to ride your bike, or did you like to play with balls? I think were jacks and marbles really big then?
Yeah, you hit something there. You got something.
Okay, so you did like jacks and marbles and stuff with your friends, or
Didn't you and Granddad one summer for your something to do with scouting, make your own bows, your own arrows?
I think when the scout troop took a tour to the World's Fair in Chicago, the Boy Scouts had a building there in which we would make lanyards or different things. That was quite interesting.
Yeah, Granddad's lanyards was quite interesting.
Sure. Okay, then let's get the subject back to your other sister, Lois. Now, my mom always tells this story about that Lois was very popular with the guys.
Yeah.
And so sometimes you and my mom would have to go out with flashlights searching for her.
Is that true, DeWitt?
Now, what's your side of the story on that?
That's new to me, but sounds like it's possible.
It could be possible with you, because since you knew your sister Lois very well. Okay. So.
Her husband passed on to heaven recently.
Yes, Jack did. Mom told me that.
He did get his heavenly home, didn't he?
He lived up into his 90s, though.
He did, yes, very well.
Towards the end of his life, Jack had a little trouble with dementia.
Yeah. Okay, last question. What's your favorite hymn? Or what's some of your favorite hymns?
Well, there's one hymn. We had a little, what we call a family orchestra.
Okay.
At Sunday school there.
Okay.
In Fayetteville. And Mother, of course, was the organist.
Right.
And she had this played. There's a hymn, something like, "Will there be any stars in my crown, in the evening when the sun goes down?"
I'll have to look that one up. Okay, I don't know if I know that hymn.
I don't know that one either.
Okay, so when you say there was the family orchestra, so you have Grandma on organ?
Yeah,
and Lois
one
on
sister was
violin.
On clarinet.
Okay, sure, clarinet.
And me on the trumpet.
Oh.
Okay, so is my mom playing her cello or not?
No.
No, okay.
Lois might well have been the one on the cello.
Okay, but yeah, because I know Lois played clarinet too.
Oh, did she? I didn't know that.
Well, yeah, as I recall, I thought that's why when she went to Michigan, I thought.
Yes, she did for graduate school.
Yeah.
That's where she met Jack.
Yeah, almost. I don't know if that was for piano or clarinet, maybe.
Yes, probably. Mom always talks about the family orchestra having done On the Wings of Song, and I don't know who the composer is, but she wants that played at her funeral.
We'll have to look that one up.
Yeah, I'm sure we could find it.
Okay.
And the other thing, I was talking with her one night, and she said she had been reading the 98th Psalm, and she wanted that recited at her funeral. So I said, well, I'll make sure it's done, Mom.
And that is a good psalm because that has talks about singing in there. Yeah.
Yes.
So. Okay. Well, very good, Dee. You passed your test. You made a great video. So, anything else you wanted to wish your mom or your sister when I give this to her?
Well, I know my older sister was a good soloist.
She was. She had a beautiful voice.
She was a soloist the day that the Pope visited Des Moines at one time. And when the Pope came for a visit, Lois was the one who furnished singing a solo.
Well, I'm not sure about that, but she was a good singer.
She was a good singer, yes.
Now, I played in the brass choir when the Pope was here.
Tom was right out there playing the music when the Pope came.
Do you remember when the Pope came?
I just barely remember a little.
I remember it was quite cloudy and quite cold all day until the Pope came.
Then the sun came out.
And then the sun came out and his helicopter came down. And yeah, but up until that point, I was freezing.
I'll bet.
And now, did you know that when the Pope came, we tape recorded all that music?
Did you?
Yeah, we had taped all that, I think, so that they could put it out louder.
Yeah.
So we were still playing along, but we knew that our music could not be broadcast to all that hillside. So we had taped all that at Drake a couple days before that.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So okay, well, very good. Okay, well, if you think of something else you want to say to your sister, I can turn this back on again, but I'll take you off the tape. Good job, Dee.